RetroDaze.
If you blinked your eyes after eating Thanksgiving dinner, you might be surprised that we are now knee-deep in the holiday season. Hanukkah is already into the third day of celebration. Christmas is a mere 16 days away, and Kwanzaa and Boxing Day, well, those are on the 26th. Houses are decorated, stores are decked out in full regalia, and the in-laws are on their way. Yes, the holidays are here, and it's time to fortify ourselves with eggnog and watch a few holiday specials. Unlike the Thanksgiving offerings, we'll have no trouble choosing from the seemingly unlimited options when it comes to Christmas content. If anything, the trouble will be narrowing down our viewing so we don't spend the entirety of December watching nostalgic holiday television programming. These days, so much of our holiday viewing can be found on streaming services or in our own libraries of physical media. But back when we were kids, most of us didn't have the luxury of a home media library and were left to the whims of local broadcasting and cable. Okay, this sounds like a job for the old time warp television again. Now, to spruce things up a bit, let's hang a few stockings around the TV, maybe some garland, a string of lights, and we're all set for some holiday viewing. Grab your spiked eggnog or hot chocolate and settle in, because this one is gonna get jolly. As we found with our Thanksgiving viewing, holiday commercials again play an important role in any festive viewing session, mainly because they were inescapable as we watched everything on broadcast television. At the time, we likely viewed the majority of these commercials as a mild annoyance, or perhaps an excuse to run to the kitchen as fast as we could to grab another snack. These days, we look back at some of those holiday advertisements and may be a little surprised to find just how nostalgic they make us feel. One such commercial is about to start. Between the music and animated animals, there's something incredibly magical about this commercial that has stuck with many viewers over the decades. The advertisers also managed to remain general with "Happy Holidays," ensuring that no matter what you celebrated, you were included in this special moment and would go buy lots of McDonald's food. Yet another huge corporation managed to figure out the perfect mixture of sentimentality and magic to craft a commercial that has lived on through the years. The first animated commercial Coca-Cola ever made featuring their iconic polar bears was the 1993 release Northern Lights. Although the short advertisement doesn't feature any specific holiday adornments, I remember it airing around the holidays and personally always experienced a warm and festive enjoyment while watching it. Later, two more commercials, this time specifically for the holiday season, were introduced. The first starred Santa Claus, and the second more subtly featured an unadorned pine tree. In all three commercials, it's the simplicity and quietude of the snow-covered expanse that ignites the Yule logs in our chests. During those cold winter months when snow covers the ground and your extremities are slowly freezing, this next commercial offers warm relief.
snow, let it snow.
Nothing melts away the cold like a delicious hot bowl of Campbell's chicken noodle soup.
Let it snow, let it snow.
Campbell's makes everything.
Again, we see a winter commercial that doesn't speak specifically of any particular holiday, and yet is steeped in a festive broth, see what I did there, of holiday magic and imagery. As we continue to channel surf through the stations of our time warp television, a familiar tune begins to play.
Peter!
Merry Christmas.
Everyone's asleep.
Shh, I know how to wake them up. Come on.
Peter! Oh, you're home.
I missed you, Mom. Happy holidays from Folgers.
Despite the fact that many of us were too young to give one lick about coffee, this sentimental homecoming became almost as impactful as a full-length Christmas movie. Even though there are many more iconic commercials we could discuss, at some point this magic TV had better broadcast something more robust, otherwise I might need another eggnog. Finally, a block of holiday specials is starting with a few classic Rankin Bass cartoons and Animagic stop-motion animation. Rankin Bass produced Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, based on Robert L. May's story and the subsequent 1949 song by Johnny Marks in 1964 for NBC and General Electric.
Misfits have a place too. Even Santa realizes that maybe he was wrong.
Rudolph, I promise, as soon as this storm lets up, I'll find homes for all those misfit toys.
All right, you can open up a dentist's office next week after Christmas.
Come here, open your mouth.
Oh.
This success, of course, led to the production of many more holiday specials, all of which our Time Warp TV appears ready to air. The Cricket on the Hearth, a lesser-known yet thoroughly enjoyable special, came out in 1967, followed by The Little Drummer Boy in 1968, Frosty the Snowman in 1969, and Santa Claus is Coming to Town in 1970, the latter three of which were based on songs like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Despite their creation in the late 60s into early 70s, these animated specials transcended time to become family favorites throughout the decades and still delight viewers young and old till this day. As we click to a new channel, our Magic Television seems intent on sticking with the theme of stop-motion animation. Will Vinton's Claymation Christmas Celebration aired for the first time on CBS in 1987, alongside A Garfield Christmas. The Claymation special was hosted by a couple of dinosaurs, Rex and Herb, who introduced a number of musical performances including We Three Kings, Carol of the Bells, and Oh Christmas Tree, among many others. The episode closes with a rendition of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, performed by none other than the California Raisins. In an effort to adhere to the broadcasting schedule of old, A Garfield Christmas is up next.
Star up the tree and put it on the top.
Climbing trees is my life, sir. If I'm not back in an hour, send a banana cream pie after me. This is gonna be a piece of cake. Never send a man to do a cat's job.
The seventh of a whopping 12 Garfield specials, and my personal favorite, right behind Garfield's Halloween Adventure, this episode contains a number of great musical interludes and plenty of laughs. This outing offers a humorous song which plays out during the car ride to John's family farm. It's called Can't Wait Till Christmas and includes plenty of snide remarks from Garfield because, of course it does. Still, like the Thanksgiving special, A Garfield Christmas isn't afraid to tread into sentimental waters at times, with the Grandma Arbuckle plotline about missing her deceased husband being particularly melancholy.
He was a proud man, a strong man. He was a good provider. We never had much money, but we always had plenty of food on the table, and he always made something special for me and each of the children at Christmas. Men like him didn't feel like they could show much affection outwardly to the children, but on Christmas, it was okay.
While we're watching classics, we might as well switch over to A Charlie Brown Christmas, which debuted on CBS in 1965 and ran annually until 2000, after which broadcasts began on ABC.
Snoopy, you'll have to be all the animals in our play. Can you be a sheep? How about a cow? How about a penguin? Yes, he's even a good penguin. No. Listen, all of you. You've got to take direction. You've got to have discipline. You've got to have respect for your director. I ought to slug you. Ugh, I've been kissed by a dog. I have dog germs. Get hot water. Get some disinfectant. Get some iodine.
Much like the Halloween special, A Charlie Brown Christmas became a mainstay in households, solidifying its place in annual traditions. Watching this episode, along with other holiday specials, close to family and friends, followed by good food and a jovial atmosphere, is certainly one way to ensure we approach the holiday season with love in our hearts. Originally, this episode was meant to not only feature commercials and television specials, but also sitcom episodes and movies. Well, clearly, with so many holiday options, this would have been folly. Even just focusing on 2 categories left plenty of options on the cutting room floor, which, you guessed it, means one thing. Which holiday commercials and television specials were your favorites? Which ones did we miss completely? I would love to hear about it down in the comments, and if you enjoy our content, please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and maybe even activating that ubiquitous notification bell. It really does make a huge difference. Let's meet again next week to celebrate yesteryear and the holiday season right here on RetroDaze.
Clicky clacky.